Cayo Perico Heist will be nerfed in the next GTA Online update. And surprisingly, a lot of players, especially content creators and influencers, are happy about this decision. From what I see, this small change made by Rockstar literally divided the community. So let's take a look at this nerf and arguments from both sides. So in the next GTA Online update, that is called The Criminal Enterprises and will happen on July 26, Rockstar decided to make a lot of quality of life improvements, needed quality of life improvements. For example, now you can run your businesses and make sell missions in invite-only sessions, only with your friends, no griefers will interfere. Also, Oppressor Mark II will be nerfed, Sparrow will be buffed, kill-death ratio will be no longer affected by kills made in a free mode. And there are a lot of another requested changes as well, like now you can run in casino, access snacks through weapon wheel and so on. Such changes made people happy, like go to Twitter, check the reaction, everyone is saying, "Oh, huge win, Rockstar, finally you did it, you so awesome." You might call me a hater, but I personally think that it's an unnecessary overreaction by the community, because yes, these changes are good and needed, but the problem is, Rockstar should have done all of them years ago. I mean, some stupid things like kill-death ratio in a public lobby should have not existed from the first place, it's a super toxic mechanic. All these hit and runs, 1-0 and so on. Same applies to snack management, selling in private lobbies, like pretty much to every single quality of life change in this update. Rockstar could and should have done all these changes years ago, but I guess people are thinking that later is better than never, which in my opinion is a pretty low quality standard to be applied to a company like Rockstar Games. But overall, players, especially influencers, are super happy about upcoming update. Looks like everyone forgot about GTA 3 Remaster, Expanded and Enhanced, GTA Plus, Rockstar abandoning Red Dead Online and Take-Two suing modders. All these events are forgotten now and everyone is just hyping. And I mean, yeah, this Criminal Enterprises update looked like a solid one so far, but maybe we should wait for it to come out and only then call it the best update ever and the big win if it's really gonna be good. Because you know, judging an update from a newswire might be tricky, like remember Blood Money update in Red Dead Online last year. They literally promised high stakes robberies and what we received was like pretty insignificant. But anyway, we're here to talk about Cayo Perico Heist nerf. So at the end of this newswire post, Rockstar are telling us about payout increases for races, for adversary modes, for old heists and so on. Again, it's something that was really needed but should have done years ago, because some payouts were just pathetic. And also here we can see following. With this update, all heists will be aligned to have the same cooldown timer of 1 in-game day, 48 real-life minutes, when playing as a group. And then nerf part. We will also adjust specific aspects of Cayo Perico Heist finale to better balance a player's time spent in GTA Online. Solo playthroughs of the Cayo Perico Heist finale will trigger a cooldown of 3 in-game days, and after stealing a high-value primary target in Cayo Perico Heist finale, the higher-value primary targets will appear less often for the next 72 hours, while the value of secondary targets will increase. This is intended to encourage exploration and cooperation between players. This part divided the community. Some people say, wow, it's a great change, long needed and requested. Finally, we are free from being forced from grinding Cayo Perico again and again. And others are saying that it's a terrible change and it has nothing to do with encouraging exploration and cooperation between players, but literally all Rockstar wants to do with this nerf is to make people buy shark cards more often, because they are nerfing the best grinding method in GTA Online. So let's take a closer look on this situation. Cayo Perico was the best grinding method in GTA Online since it was released. No other money-making method is even close to Cayo Perico. By the way, if you're interested in detailed solo guide for Cayo Perico, check the link in the description. And yeah, even with all these changes, it's still gonna be the best money-making method in GTA Online. It's just you will have to do something else between between Cayo Perico runs during this 3-hour-long cooldown. Because it's like the only real change. Now you're not gonna be able to grind Cayo Perico non-stop, and let's be honest, not too many players were doing it anyway, since after 20 or for some cases 50 runs it gets boring, even if you try different approaches. But again, if you grind, you always do the same approach, the most effective one. And by the way, since I think that such change will mostly affect grinders, I will actually have to disagree with people who are saying that Rockstar this way are gonna sell much more shark cards. You see, people who are grinding Cayo Perico non-stop, or at least were planning to grind Cayo Perico non-stop, are not the same people who are buying shark cards usually. But with that being said, I also need to mention that this excuse, like encourage exploration and cooperation between players, also makes no sense to me. I mean, I really think that with this nerf Rockstar wants to sell more shark cards, but I'm just saying they not gonna succeed, because Cayo Perico grinders were not buying shark cards anyway. And also let's not forget about skip preparation glitch. I hardly doubt that they will be able to do anything with it, just because if they could, they would have fixed this glitch and similar glitches long time ago. But they are still there, they are still in GTA Online, and still being abused by players who will never buy any single shark card. Otherwise, for second part of the change, with the 72 real-life hours of receiving less valuable primary targets after getting some valuable primary targets, I think that it's not a big deal at all, just because they are targeting here players who were resetting Gather Intel mission after seeing a tequila as a primary target. And actually, according to my calculations that I'm proving in a Cayo Perico guide, it was not that great of a strategy, because you have to spend a lot of time on resetting mission again and again and so on. So it's really not much of a nerf, especially if the part about more valuable secondary targets is true. Anyway, my main point is, it's not that much of a nerf. Even after all these changes, Cayo Perico will be the best money-making method in GTA Online. Even considering all the increased payouts for other money-making methods, it's still gonna be #1. But saying that it's good for players is a hypocrisy, because no one was forcing players to grind Cayo Perico. If someone decided to do it non-stop, it was their choice. And if Rockstar wanted to add more variety to gameplay process, what they should have done instead is to increase payouts for other activities to a level of Cayo Perico and let players decide what they want to do. And they can do it, considering how many overpriced stuff to buy there are in GTA Online. Weapons, vehicles and so on. Even if they will increase profits from different outdated businesses to a level of Cayo Perico, even in that case there will be still enough people who will buy shark cards, because you know, grind is not for everyone. But there will be real variety, real choice for the players, not the forced one. Anyway, my overall conclusion is, Cayo Perico nerf is not terrible. For most players on practice it will not be significant, but on the other hand there is nothing to be happy about. There is no reason to defend it and say that it was super awesome decision made by Rockstar. It's still a nerf. But let me know what do you think about this nerf in the comments, and also what do you think about upcoming GTA Online update as well. And yeah, if you're a beginner, check out the guide for beginners that you see on the screen right now. Anyway, thank you for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.